I believe everyone should have a powerful prayer life. In fact, I call it a wow prayer life. I believe everyone needs to have a prayer life that is effective, a prayer life that has overwhelming results to show that God hears and answers prayers. And that's why I'm so delighted to invite you, or to welcome you rather, to the Certified Prayer Counselor course, where you will learn how to create a wow life through the power of prayer. In this introductory module, we will speak about how you can create your leadership or your wow leadership legacy. It is only as you leverage the avenue of prayer that you will be able to live a life of impact, influence, and fulfillment. You see, as a certified prayer counselor, you can position yourself to experience transformation in your personal prayer life by learning effective tools and strategies from the Word of God. And these tools and strategies will make all the difference in how you pray and the results that you get. As a certified prayer counselor, you will also learn how to be able to assist others because you would have experienced your own personal transformation, growth, fulfillment, and success. And as a result, you will be able to help others do the same. That is why prayer needs to be a key component in your life and ministry, because if your prayer life changes, believe me, your entire life will change. Your work, your ministry, your leadership will have an impact in the lives of others. As you focus on learning to pray more effectively, to get these more yes answers from God, you will be amazed at how your leadership and influence will also change. Because if you get your prayer life right, as I've said, then you will get everything else right. Because I believe that prayer is the only avenue that actually makes all things possible. You cannot lead effectively and successfully without the leading of God. That is why you are here, and that is why we are taking this journey together, so that to ensure that you are constantly aligned with God, that He can lead you every step of the way in your life and ministry, so that you can experience His favor, continue to live in your purpose, have the impact and the influence, and also get all of the experiences that will make you feel fulfilled in this life, because you are living the wow life that God meant just for you. In order to get the results that you desire in your life, the answered prayers that you want, so that your leadership and ministry and work and everything else can be successful, you need to have that connection to God. In fact, God will lead you every step of the way to ensure that you have absolute success. If He calls you to leadership, then trust me, He's going to lead you every step of the way. And you can think of stories of effective leaders in the Bible, persons who have left their leadership legacy and how it impacts and influences even today. We can think of Gideon, we can think of Barak and Deborah, we can think of Moses, and there are many other stories in the Bible. We realize that when God calls you to leadership, then when God leads you, you will always be led to success. You will have the experiences of your personal transformation as you come to a few realizations. One of these realizations is that God is the greatest leader, and He has all the experience that could benefit your own leadership. Another thing is, if God calls you to ministry, if He calls you to leadership, then God also knows the plans that He has for you. He knows the goals that He has in mind for you. He also knows the changes that He wants you to make, the impact that He wants you to have. He knows the overall success that He wants for you when He calls you. And we can think of the story of Joseph in Potiphar's house and in Pharaoh's house. Even though it might have seemed as if it was Joseph's brothers who would have done the damage, God ultimately had set Joseph up so that Joseph could be a powerful leader. The God who calls you will equip you. The God who calls you will also prosper you. The God who has called you will also lead you every step of the way, so that you can experience greater success more success than you can ever imagine if you allow him to lead you. Because you cannot ever have greater plans for yourself, for your ministry, for the society to have the impact that you want. You cannot have greater plans for yourself than God has plans for you. And as we go through this journey together, the tools and practical implementations and strategies that we will discuss will only help you to be able to lead more effectively. But you have to leverage prayer. You have to use prayer as the only means which can actually make these things possible, because everyone needs prayer. And everyone who believes in prayer can learn to pray more effectively and get better results if they understand the tools that you will learn and the tools that you will teach them, so that your ministry can have an impact not only on your personal life, but on the lives of those you come into contact with. God will never lead you astray. And that's one of the things we need to recognize. If God calls you, then God will set you up for greatness. If God calls you, you can be assured that you will live a life, a successful leadership legacy, because you are connected to God who is divine. You can only create your wow leadership legacy, however, as you allow God, the greatest leader of all leaders, to lead you every step of the way in your work, in your life, in your ministry, in your leadership, and in whatever you do. So it's time to take your prayer life to another level. It's time you go and take your ministry, your work, your leadership also to a new level. And all of these things will happen as you change the way you pray, as you change the way you are connected to God, because the more connected you are to God, who is the source, the more you will be able to lead effectively. It's time to take your life, your prayer life, your ministry, your work to another level. It's time to make your prayer life go wow.